Okay, may we call the meeting to order, please? I'm presiding tonight. I'm Jean Burke. Our mayor, Bud Kitchen's mom's funeral was today. So at this time, we will call the meeting to order, and I will ask Councilor Pearson to lead us in prayer, and Councilor Kelly Barnhart to do the pledge, please. May we stand? Our clerk will do the roll call.
Mr. Pearson?
Here.
Brett? Here. Mr. Watson? Here. Ms. Burke? Here. Ms. Barnhart? Here.
Let us Father in heaven, we just come once again. We come thank you once again for this gathering. Thank you that people have come to witness our meeting tonight. As you be with them in a mighty way, God, we just pray that you give strength to the Kitchen family as you lift them up. God, I know their hearts are heavy and their heads bowed as you give them strength. Then God, just thank you for the progress that we made with our city. As you continue to be with us now, and as we get ready to take charge of the reading, as you just open our minds and open our hearts so we can do and say the right thing. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The next item would be the approval of the minutes of June the 23rd, 2015. All of you have had a copy of the minutes.
Madam Pro Tem, I offer a motion that we approve the minutes of June 23rd, 2015.
I say,
All in favor?
yes.
Say. Okay. We have no ordinance. We have no resolutions on the business tonight. We have business approval at this time of.
Point of order, Madam Mayor Pro Tem.
Yes, Council.
I'd like to make a motion that we move the communication with the audience and make an amendment to the agenda, move it before the ordinance and resolution.
I say,
Okay, we have a move and a second. All in favor?
aye.
So at this time, we will acknowledge the communication from the audience. So first on the agenda is Mr. James Galls. And Mr. Goss, we limit 3 minutes is all each of you have.
Well, we have 5 minutes.
Minus 3. Minus 3.
Yeah, we can have 5 minutes.
Yes.
Okay, and that's another rule of order. We will take care of business, please. Go for it.
Move.
Not knowing the mayor was out tonight, my notes addressed the mayor. So I'm talking to an imaginary mayor, and I look at Ms. Burke. I'll actually be talking to an imaginary mayor. Good evening, Mr. Mayor and council members. Can anyone hear me? I appreciate being able to speak in this extremely expensive building here today. I have no comments. If a politician says I have no comments when responding to an extremely important question, it immediately instills suspicion in everyone's mind. While this mayor and council refuse to answer this simple question, what are the benefits for our communities? It can only leave us with one conclusion. This mayor and council members, in fact, recognize there are no benefits. If they were actual benefits, this governing body would be delighted to explain each and every benefit in detail with a smile. Instead, they choose to hide behind, I have no comments. In the daily home, Mr. Mayor, you stated, we are providing quality service to those we serve. Can you name one quality service you are providing our communities? The answer to that question is no. Trying to pass off Handy Corner Fire Station as a benefit for our communities is nonsense, to say the least. Considering that a well-equipped and well-established Stanley Fire Station is a mere 1,700 feet down the road, plus Renfro Fire Station, which is also well-equipped, is only minutes away from Handy Corner. Using Handy Corner Fire Station to verify you, Mr. Mayor, are returning tax revenue to our communities in the form of services is completely unbelievable. You are doing absolutely nothing beneficial, but still receive a tremendous tax revenue. You will need to explain that logic. Certainly you all must know by now that this group represents not hundreds, but thousands of residents in the expanded police jurisdiction. These county residents are not only upset, they are fuming mad, especially now after utility taxes have been brought to everyone's attention. Any logical-minded person knows very well that a tax increase placed on a power company such as Coosa Valley Electric will surely be passed on to the customer. It's not only county residents living in the expanded jurisdiction who are outraged. This matter goes way beyond those limits, to the point of reaching statewide publicity. This council fails to see that by placing hardships on the surrounding neighbors with this unreasonable power grab, you are bringing adverse exposure to the city of Lincoln. It's not the people of Lincoln, nor is it the merchants of Lincoln, who has infuriated thousands of county residents. Instead, Mr. Mayor, it's you and your council members who did not hesitate before placing increased taxes and building codes on our communities. We realize these codes have been deleted for now. However, I'm sure you have already had thoughts about reinstating them as soon as possible. Overlooking the obvious and going against the people in these communities will never turn out well for this mayor and council. Using the expanded jurisdiction to commandeer tax revenue from people who knew absolutely nothing about the expansion is one of the most deceitful maneuvers a city mayor could ever employ. Due to your aggressive invasion of our communities, you have lost respect from thousands of county residents as well as Lincoln's own citizens. Think about the numbers involved. Nearly twice as many residents are now living within the police jurisdiction as compared to those living within the city of Lincoln. Thousands of county residents utilize the merchants of Lincoln on a weekly basis. This dedication provides generous tax revenue for this city. It would be sad to see revenue decline due to your financial ambitions for this city being carried to extremes. We understand completely that it's not the citizens of Lincoln who insist on having this expanded jurisdiction. They were kept in the dark in the same manner as we were, and had no idea what their mayor had in store for our communities. Mr. Mayor, when you announced that Lincoln's financial reserve will improve significantly, you forgot to mention that attacking our communities would be necessary to achieve that goal.
Mr. Goss?
Yes.
Excuse me, you're over your 3 minutes already.
Well, you can read it in today at home.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, Mr. Pete Gaither.
At this time, I'd like to be asked to be removed from the agenda today and added for the next council meeting, because what I have to say needs to be heard by the mayor and the council.
Okay, Mr. Gaither, you will need to call the clerk and get on the
I
agenda.
can make that happen, I promise.
Thank you. Okay, the next person, Mr. Wendell Stewart.
She's professional. She's something all right. We did last time, yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem and Council. Mr. Watson, welcome to the council. We wish you well. We continue to wish Lincoln well. Ladies and gentlemen of the council, you're supposed to serve the people. An attitude of you in the audience and the people up there to do amazing things for everyone. Instead, and respectfully, not to be critical, but out of concern, it appears you have consistently misled, misinformed, nuanced, choreographed, and controlled. Did I interrupt you, Ms. Burke?
Go for it.
Some examples. Insisting you could cross a Choccolocca Bridge legally, when in fact you could not. Stating this is only about police jurisdiction. And then in a planning meeting, here's the true matter. With the city limits, not jurisdiction, the city limits going way out. Another issue, everyone but you knows that if a business or public utility pays an increased tax, that's passed on to the consumer. The fact remains, the law did not require this radical takeover. No other city has done it. We believe it's about money for the city, not about the people. A politically manufactured crisis? Yes, there is. And the people know who manufactured it. I was looking at the dictionary the other day, stumbled across the word truth. It says the real facts about something. The things that are true. The quality or state of being true, statement or idea that is true or accepted as true. Ms. Mayor Pro Tem, Council, what is your definition of truth? Are you going to answer? Surprise.
Thank you, Mr. Stewart. Thank you very much. Next. The next person will be Mr. Carl Ponder, please.
Be careful, Mr. Ford.
Thank you. I'm going to read this quickly because I certainly want to get it in. My name is Carl W. Ponder. My wife and I reside at 127 Lindsay Lane in Lincoln. I want to thank you for the opportunity to speak to you today. We have two matters of concern. I'd like to share those with you. I wish to request that Lindsay Lane in Lincoln be repaved as soon as possible. The condition of our street is such that it is very difficult to maneuver a car and presents, in my opinion, a safety hazard to any vehicle entering it. I have a photograph of a section of the street that I'll give to you when I finish. The entire length of Lindsay Lane is only about a quarter of a mile and therefore could not be classified as a large project. In my opinion, the condition of this street is an absolute disgrace, and therefore we respectfully request that the council authorize this work as soon as possible. It is sorely needed. Number two, the next item is a matter of extreme importance to the students and families of our wonderful schools here in Lincoln. I approach the council today as a grandparent and do not represent the Talladega County Schools in any way except as an advocate. I believe that most parents who deliver and pick up students will agree with my assessment of the conditions that exist at critical times at the exit from school property onto Alabama 77. My wife and I pick up our grandson 3 afternoons every week from Lincoln Elementary School. We often marvel at the extraordinary efficiency with which this complicated process is conducted each day. Our school children are handled with extreme care and diligent attention to every detail related to safety they might encounter. This is true until the pickup vehicle leaves the campus and makes the attempt to re-enter Alabama 77. On approximately 40 to 50% of these days, officers from the Lincoln Police Department are located at this dangerous intersection and traffic issues are handled in a safe, professional manner. However, on the other 50 to 60% of the days, there is no law enforcement presence. Entry onto Alabama 77 is then an entirely different matter. Southbound traffic, notably large trucks, come down the hill, sometimes at high rates of speed, posing a clear and present danger to vehicles attempting to enter Alabama 77 from the school drive. It is virtually a blind entry. My goal today is to make the council aware of this potentially catastrophic traffic situation. If ALDOT has, as I understand, determined that a traffic light is not warranted, then I strongly disagree and adamantly object. I have been told that ALDOT is working on an alternate solution. We can only hope that the necessary traffic light at this critical location is not further delayed. The issue is clear and extraordinarily simple. Over 1,000 students, parents, and staff from all 3 of our schools are placed at great risk twice each day that adequate traffic control is not in place. It is my request today that the City of Lincoln provide on-site police presence at all morning and afternoon delivery and pickup times at our school on location on Alabama 77. This should be continued until the traffic light is in place and has been shown to be safe and effective. Now, Darren, I want to emphasize this is not a negative commentary on our fine police department. It is my understanding they already provide this coverage.
Mr. Ponder, your 3 minutes is up.
Let him go.
Unless they're otherwise involved.
Okay, if you'll leave your notes.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our next person is, this is a business meeting. Jay Watson, Mr. Watson, would you please come forward?
Thank you, Council, for giving me the opportunity to speak. I just want to let y'all know, as a council, I'm embarrassed when I leave Lincoln. When I go places, first thing people say to me when they look at me, they know I'm from Lincoln, they start asking me, what's going on? And it's embarrassing because the next thing I can't even get a word out of my mouth and they start laughing. They don't understand it either. You know, y'all 5 people are elected by the citizens, or at least 2 of you, or the rest of you got appointed. All you got to do is do the right thing. You know, I've tried to be honest and listen to every side of the story. I can't listen to the city side because you don't speak, you don't talk. You won't give anybody no reasons why. And I guess I'm the one who basically formed my own opinion. It's nothing but about the dollar. It's about Dollar General money. I'll cut into my 3 minutes. So, you know, all y'all got to do is somebody, Glenn Barber, who represented me in my council, made a motion one night to do away with the police jurisdiction around the annexation. It's simple as that. All you got to do is second it and 3 people vote. And the majority of the problems will go away. You're not willing to work with people. You already, the commissioners can't work with Lincoln, the sheriff's departments, the volunteer fire departments. I was shocked when I found out that Stimley offered the city of Lincoln the opportunity to move the temporary fire department in with them. It would have saved us a lot of money. But what did we do? We threw away $30,000 to redo somebody else's building. And we'll never get back. We don't want to work with them. We don't want to help them and help us too. Those are our dollars, not y'all 5. It's the city's dollars. You just want to put them out of business, I guess. I don't understand why we can't work with people, be friendly, and accomplish these good things. It's just beyond me, you know. And I want Lincoln to come back home. I had a man, he said he lived in Lincoln 70 years. Talked to me 2 days ago. Want to know where his councilman lived. I told him. And he started talking about going 20 miles. Like when I went to the fire meeting way down the road yonder, it was 22 miles from my house. I don't want my policeman 22 miles away when something happens next door to my house. That's too far. That's too far. Lincoln needs to come back home and take care of the people that are here, take care of the people that have been here through all the years. Let's make Lincoln great. Let's don't worry about people 20 miles away. They don't want to be helped. They've got their own lives. Let's do this right. And I don't know what other way to do it, but I'm going to announce it tonight. I hope y'all run for council next time. I'm running for mayor. And
Okay, that being the comments, communication from the audience, we will carry on with our business. is to approve a 020 restaurant retail liquor for M. Sayers Company Incorporated, doing business as Magnolia Restaurant, located at 121 Magnolia Street, Lincoln, Alabama. And it has been approved as per by Chief Britton. Do I hear a motion?
Madam Mayor Pro Tem, I'll make a motion to approve the 020 restaurant retail liquor license for M. Sayers Company Incorporated, doing business as Magnolia Restaurant, located at 121 Magnolia Street, Lincoln, Alabama.
Have a second.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Stands approved. Number 2 item is authorize the mayor to execute merchant processing agreement with National Payment Solutions to set up the processing of online payments. Do I hear a motion?
Mayor Pro Tem, I make a motion that we, allow the merchant to agree to a national payment solution to set up a process for online payments. We'll give it a thing.
All in favor, do I hear ayes?
Aye.
This is something that was badly needed for our city.
And let me ask, I know a question about it. I think we had tried to clear that up. This is for people that can make payments for water.
Yeah, water,
Okay.
online payments, yeah. Okay, at this time we'll have reports from our staff. We will start with Tanya Bellamy. Okay, our PR doesn't have anything, just Melody.
Next week, we're finishing up our summer reading program. On your monthly reports, I hope you noticed that we had circulation up by 1,000 books. We had attendance up by over 1,000 people. We've averaged about 100 attending our performances on Tuesday and an average of 60 for our arts and crafts on Thursday afternoon. We've had a really successful summer. We're proud of ourselves for that.
Could I ask someone to please turn their cell phone on? Next would be our park director, Robin.
I just want to remind everyone about Music on Magnolia this weekend. It begins at 5 o'clock with Crimson Stain, they're our gospel band, as well as Peter Bull and Sunset Rising. They'll be performing at 7. So we hope to see everyone there, and Movie in the Park last week was very well attended, so thank you.
Chief Britton. Chief Wesley.
As of July 1st, we've run 60 calls, 36 in the city limits, 24 within jurisdiction. And we have in personnel at the temporary satellite station until the bridge comes back up, then we'll come back home. They're down there today.
Thank you, Chief Wesley. Okay, communication from our council, or reports from our council. Mayor, Council Pearson.
Well, I'd just like to energize and glad to have Councilmember Chris Watson on board. Glad to have him on board. He's going to be a big help to us. And I have to comment on Chief Wesley's report. It's a mighty fine report there, about half and half. I see that, you know, like you got 36 inside and 24 outside. That's a good report. I like how you profile that and set it up. That looks good. Looks good. I don't have anything else, Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you. Mr. Pearson. Ms. Britton.
Just to welcome Chris forward as council member for the last
Council person, please.
I want to thank the council and the mayor for giving me the opportunity to serve the constituents of Ward 3 and citizens of Lincoln again on the council. I want you to understand that there's people up here that don't always vote the same way. And if you don't agree that way, that's the way you don't vote. And I think the council members and the mayor knows that if I don't agree with them, I won't vote with them. But if I do agree with them, I'm going to vote with them. And that's the way it all should be. And I just, like I said, I just want to thank you for the opportunity to serve the city of Lincoln.
All right. Council Barnhart.
Welcome aboard. Glad to have you. And I'd like to congratulate the library. I think expansion, so congratulations and keep up the good work. That's been great.
And I'd like to say, welcome aboard, Chris. Glad to have you on board. At this time, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
There being no other business coming before the council, make a motion to adjourn.
Do I have a second? Chris, second. All in favor? The meeting will be
Hang in there. How you, John? All right, man.
I hope it don't go